What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for a fan favourite. The Champions League is back with the Week 4 fixtures, and obviously these fixtures very closely resemble the Week 3 fixtures because it is quite simply the reverse of that result. Now, Week 3 there were some pretty good predictions. I had Bayern Munich to win and to concede twice, Man City to win to 0, Ajax, Real Madrid and Barcelona all to win with both teams to score, Zenit and Petersburg and Lazio to draw 1-1, and Chelsea to beat Rennes 3-0. So it was a pretty good week, and I'm looking to do more of the same this time round. And thanks to you guys and the support on the channel and the videos lately, this video is very kindly sponsored once again by the OneFootball app. If you don't know what the OneFootball app is, it is a free app that is available on iOS and Android, and if you download it using the link in the description, you are directly supporting me and this channel in keeping these videos going. It is your one-stop shop for news, transfer news, very sadly, injury news, because I just got a OneFootball notification on my phone this morning saying that Thomas Partey is out injured, and as an Arsenal fan, that is the last thing I want to hear. But just as I've shown, it is the best app to keep you up to date on your team, your favourite leagues, your favourite competitions. You can go in there and customise the experience for you to give you the best OneFootball experience. So, massive shout out to OneFootball once again for sponsoring the video and supporting the channel. You can download the app using the link in the description. So without further ado, let's get back into the Week 4 fixtures, and we can also take a little look back at the score between each of the two teams in the previous game week in game week 3. So kicking it off, we have Krasnodar up against Sevilla. Sevilla got the 3-2 win over Krasnodar, which was much more high scoring and exciting than I anticipated, but I do think Sevilla are good enough to beat Krasnodar away from home and get another win. And because of the first result, I'm going to say both teams to score once again, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Sevilla. Now coming up after that, it is Rennes up against Chelsea. Obviously I correctly predicted Chelsea to beat Rennes at 3-0 in the previous fixture, and I think Chelsea are going to score 3 more goals once again. I do believe Rennes were unlucky not to score in that previous fixture, so I'm going to give them a consolation goal in this one, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 correct score prediction. And just a little fun fact for you, every single time I've correctly predicted Chelsea's score this season, I've done it with them scoring 3 goals. Now the next fixture is Borussia Dortmund up against Club Brugge. Borussia Dortmund beat Club Brugge away from home 3-0 in the previous fixture, and I see no reason for that to change. If anything, maybe the scoring margin will go up. I did give Club Brugge, it seems, a little bit too much credit in the previous week, saying Dortmund win 2-1, but based on the previous performance, I'm going to go for another 3-0 win to Borussia Dortmund. Next up, it is Dynamo Kiev up against Barcelona. I predicted a 3-1 win to Barca in the previous week, and Barcelona ended up winning 2-1. I do think this will be a little bit trickier because Barcelona will obviously be travelling away to Dynamo Kiev, so I'm actually going to go for another repeat result with a 2-1 win to Barcelona. After that, we have Juventus up against Ferencvarosi. Juventus beating them 4-1 last time round. I think this is going to be, well, slightly lower scoring, but I'm going to go for a 3-0 home win to Juventus, and I think that's a pretty good prediction. I think I've nailed that one. After that, we have Lazio up against Zenit St. Petersburg, and this was one of my correct score predictions in the last week, ending 1-1, but this is at home for Lazio, so I expect them to have the slight edge over Zenit St. Petersburg on this one. The reason I gave Zenit St. Petersburg the draw, correctly so, in the previous game week is because it was at home, and Zenit St. Petersburg are a notoriously difficult team to beat when they're playing at home, but I think away from home, Lazio will have a better chance, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Lazio. Now, next up, it is Manchester United up against Istanbul Basaksehir, and shockingly, United lost. I mean, the defending was absolutely abysmal. No offside required because Demba Ba is in his own half when the pass is made, and there's no United player in sight. It was absolutely calamitous from Manchester United. I predicted a 3-1 away win to United, and I really think they should have performed better, and I'm going to predict another 3-1 win to United, and I think given the shock that happened last time out, they won't want that to happen again. They'll want to secure their place in the knockout stages, so yes, a 3-1 win to Manchester United. Now, next up, it is PSG up against RB Leipzig. Obviously, in the previous fixture, it ended 2-1 to RB Leipzig. A fantastic performance, especially after losing to Man United 5-0 in a previous game week, and Kimpembe did get sent off for PSG right at the end, but PSG have got to win this game. It is crunch time. They obviously lost to Manchester United, and obviously after losing to RB Leipzig, they need to win this game. They need to get the 3 points at home, so I'm going to predict the same scoreline, but this time in favour of PSG, a 2-1 home win. Now, next up, Borussia Monchengladbach up against Shakhtar Donetsk. What can we say? I predicted a high-scoring game, okay? But I didn't expect it to go this way. I predicted there to be 4 goals scored, 2 apiece. But this time, Borussia Monchengladbach went and won 6-0. Absolutely demolishing Shakhtar, which I really, really didn't expect. And I'm still going to give Shakhtar the benefit of the doubt when it comes to their attack. I'm going to give them another 2 goals in this fixture, but I cannot look past Monchengladbach's scoring form, efficiency in winning games, and the form that they are on. So I'm going to go for a 4-2 win to Borussia Monchengladbach. And if you think that those scorelines are crazy, wait till you see I've got a couple others lined up in this video. But coming up after that, we do have Olympiakos up against Manchester City. Man City beating Olympiakos 3-0 last time out. I think they're going to do a very similar performance. I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win to Manchester City because Olympiakos can be pretty difficult to break down at home, similar to Zenit St. Petersburg and all of these sort of domestic powerhouses such as Olympiakos and Zenit St. Petersburg, who rarely face too much competition in their domestic leagues. They're quite good defensively, but I think these teams like Manchester City can still pick them apart. After that, we have Ajax up against Midtjylland. I did correctly predict Ajax to win and both teams to score, but it was a much closer affair than I anticipated. It was a 2-1 win to Ajax in the end, but at home, I think this is going to be much easier for Ajax, and I'm just going to push the boat out with these next few scores, and I'm going to go for a 5-1 win to Ajax. Whilst recording, I did actually miss Atletico Madrid versus Lokomotiv Moscow, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 home win to Atletico Madrid. I know they drew 1-1 last time out, but I think at home, Atletico Madrid will be able to take these 3 points quite comfortably. Now, speaking of pushing the boat out, Bayern Munich up against FC Salzburg. If you want some good odds, I think over 4.5 goals, so 5 or more goals in this game, is 2.1. I think those odds are ridiculous, and I think that's going to come true. Bayern Munich beat FC Salzburg 6-2 last time out, and you have to remember it was a very, very close game. I believe it was 2-2 with about 15 minutes to go, and then Bayern Munich just turned that Bayern Munich switch, and then boom, 6-2. This is at home. Bayern Munich are in amazing goal-scoring form, especially at home, scoring at least 4 goals in their last bunch of games. So I'm going to go for a 7-3 win to Bayern Munich, because FC Salzburg are scoring a lot of goals. They always score goals. They lost 6-2 when they scored 2 goals. I'm going to go for a 7-3 to Bayern Munich. I was going to predict a Brazil because I think that would be really cool to get right. But I think FC Salzburg can really take it to Bayern Munich, and then Bayern Munich will have to overrun them towards the end of the game like they did in the previous fixture. If I predict a 7-3 scoreline, I might as well retire there. So 7-3 to Bayern Munich. Next up is Inter Milan versus Real Madrid. I correctly predicted last time that Real Madrid would beat Inter Milan by 1 goal but still concede, and I sort of gave them that slight advantage because I didn't see Inter Milan getting anything away from home. But this time, Real Madrid are travelling away, so I think it's going to be just that tiny little bit closer that leads me to being unable to separate the two teams. So I'm going to go for a high-scoring game because I do think these two teams do make for a high-scoring, entertaining fixture. Obviously, the last one ended 3-2. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between these two teams in this one. Now, the next one, it is Liverpool up against Atalanta. This one I actually got very, very wrong. I predicted a 1-1 draw. I thought, Liverpool had some injuries. I thought Atalanta would do maybe back off a little bit on the front foot aspect of it and sort of defend a little bit better. It really didn't happen. They weren't great going forward, and they really could not deal with Liverpool at the back, and they lost 5-0. However, it gets worse and worse for Liverpool as the injuries are just mounting on top of each other. They've got pretty much no defenders left. I think Robertson might be working his way back to full fitness. I'm not quite sure of the situation there at the moment. Matip seems to be the only recognised centre-back that is fit to play at all for Liverpool, which is unreal. So I think this one isn't going to be a 5-0 thrashing, even though it is at Anfield. I think Atalanta are going to get on the score sheet, and you could argue that they did deserve it against Liverpool to score at least 1 or 2 goals. I think Zapata actually had a pretty good game. He just could not score, and I don't see Atalanta drawing a blank in this one. So I'm going to give Atalanta a goal, but I think Liverpool, despite having a lot of injuries and a lot of concerns, I'm going to give them a 2-1 home win. Now, the final fixture, it is Marseille up against Porto. Now, Porto did get a 3-0 win against Marseille, which I thought was very, very good. Porto are very, very efficient at winning games at home, but this is, of course, away in France, in Marseille, and I predicted a 2-1 win to Porto in the first leg. Their 3-0 showed me that they are just that bit better than Marseille, so I think they're going to be able to travel away from home and get the win. So I'm going to go for another 2-1 win to Porto. So that is pretty much going to do it for my Week 4 predictions. As always, please do drop your predictions down in the comments below because I love reading them. I love seeing who predicts the upsets, who gets exact scores, who agrees with me, who disagrees with me, and we can always have a conversation about it down in the comments below. Please do leave a like on this video if you're enjoying them because there's plenty more to come on the channel. A lot of Premier League, and Champions League action throughout the month of November and December, because the fixture list is absolutely rammed. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all things football and everything going on in the world of football, then you can use the link in the description to download the OneFootball app. And once again, massive shout out to OneFootball for sponsoring this video, this channel, and to you guys for downloading the app and supporting me, because I've seen comments on the recent videos saying from you lot that you've downloaded the OneFootball app. So massive shout out to all of you. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave a like, as I said, on this video, and I will see you in the next one very soon.